ज्योति स्टेनो टाइपिंग कॉलेज में आप सभी का स्वागत है बच्चों। ये 100 WPM डिक्टेशन क्लास है और इस तरह की डिक्टेशन ना आए तो अच्छा ही है। और इस तरह की अगर मुश्किल थोड़ी सी डिक्टेशन आ जाती है तो जैसे मतलब उसको मतलब भाई जो वर्ड आपको आता है वो आप बनाइए, जो नहीं आता है उसको छोड़ दीजिए। इतनी मुश्किल भी नहीं है वैसे। डिक्टेशन स्टार्ट आफ्टर 5 सेकेंड। Mr. Speaker, in fact, given the enthusiasm we just heard from a couple of speakers, I am not surprised that the Parliamentary Affairs Minister said that he lamented that the Congress party had called this a black day. Let me explain why we think it is indeed a dark day for India's democracy. You have brought this bill to this House without consultation with the local parties, with the state legislatures out of session for more than 6 months. With democratically elected political leaders, including 2 former MPs and 2 former CMs of the state, Omar Abdullah and Mehbooba Mufti, under arrest, and with the whereabouts of our own colleague Dr. Farooq Abdullah unclear. We still need to know where he is. Sir, I was continuing my list of concerns. With educational institutions closed, exams postponed, television networks suspended, communications out, landlines blocked, internet down, and the most important one is with flagrant disregard for both the letter and the spirit of our constitution, you have brought this bill. The claim that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India is also our claim. There is no political divide on that proposition. It is the Congress party's belief and we are not challenging that. But the way you have pursued that claim with this bill is an affront to our very values as a democracy, as a nation, and it has already done serious damage to our international standing and our credibility as a nation of laws, as a nation of democracy, and above all of the culture of decency which was our culture. The way this has been carried out, that has also been betrayed. It is clear that the false pretense of terrorism to get people out from the Amarnath Yatra and elsewhere, the use of utter secrecy, the deployment of overwhelming force and arrests have revealed. Frankly, a certain disdain, a certain contempt for liberty, for the rule of law, and frankly, for the very conventions of our democracy that has sustained us for 70 years. That is why we said it is a dark day. The truth is that you look, I am sure you will get the bill through this House very easily. You have a crushing brute majority, but the tradition of consultation, of deliberation, of consensus will lie in shreds. Others have already spoken about the legal issues, including my colleague Mr. Manish Tiwari. I know you will make counter arguments on these legal points. I am not a lawyer, so I will leave that debate to the courts. But let me confine myself on the legal side to saying simply that you have changed the basic constitutional relationship of the people of Jammu and Kashmir to the Republic of India without consulting them or their elected representatives. This is a breathtaking betrayal of our democracy and nothing short of legislative authoritarianism by claiming that the concurrence of the state of Jammu and Kashmir has been obtained when it is under president's rule and translating therefore state to mean the governor you yourselves have appointed. You have taken your own consent to amend the constitution. That too, when president's rule is meant to be temporary, only meant to happen when the constitutional machinery breaks down and no elections are possible, but decisions of a permanent character are now being taken. Even if you can convince us that you are uploading the letter of this law, this action betrays the spirit of the Constitution. I want to talk much more about the law, but let me just look at the consequences. I am very glad the Home Minister is listening so attentively. I think many of us would like to see the Prime Minister also explain this decision of the government to this House of which he is a member and to which he is accountable. We all remember the last time the PM unleashed a shock decision on the nation, which was also initially uploaded for his decisiveness just like today. And that was the disaster of demonetization. The nation is still dealing with the devastating consequences of that action. I fear that you have inflicted upon us the political equivalent of demonetization, where the short and medium term damage will greatly outweigh the long term theoretical benefit. Sir, let us look at the short term damage which has already been done. Tourism, the lifeline of Kashmir, has been devastated. We know that we have spent decades, your government, our government, all governments, to convey a message of normalcy to the world. We have had so many advisories by foreign governments telling their citizens not to travel to Kashmir. All those decades of efforts to show this is not a state in crisis have been undone by this action. And ironically, Prime Minister Modi has said to the youth of Kashmir they must choose between tourism and terrorism. With all the unemployment in Kashmir that has been mentioned already, the truth is that tourism could have absorbed some of the young people. They have double the rate of unemployment to rest of India, 24.6%. We all know that when tourism goes up, unemployment goes down. What is going to happen today is that you have actually thrown out the tourists from Jammu and Kashmir. Sir, advisories are back in foreign countries. Tourists are out. Shikara operators are out of business. Handicraft makers and carpet weavers are broke, and the Amarnath Yatra has been rudely interrupted. Even so, sir, what conditions are our fellow citizens living in. We are proud to say Kashmiris are our fellow citizens, but I ask you, sir, look at a place where stores are closed, petrol pumps are closed, there is a shortage of fuel, and essential supplies are beginning to run out. There is no communication available. People cannot even watch television unless they have a satellite link, which very few rich ones have. Nearly 7 to 8 million citizens of our country are living in a near total blackout. Is not this a betrayal of Vajpayee's famous formula of Insaniyat, Jamhuriyat, and Kashmiriyat? Let me ask you, sir, when will Achhe Din come for the people of Kashmir when they are locked up behind their own homes? 37 सेकंड का बनाना. ये स्पीड रही थोड़ी सी कम रह गई, 99 के आसपास रही है स्पीड. वेबसाइट पे इसको लगा दिया गया है और जो है 54 नंबर डिक्टेशन है ये, वहाँ जाकर इसको आप टाइप कर सकते हैं और फिर अपनी एक्यूरेसी को चेक कर सकते हैं. इस क्लास में इतना ही बच्चे. नमस्कार बच्चों.